Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for joining SusHi Tech Tokyo 2026 today. Now we will begin the session on Innovation from Spain, Intelligence Platform and Food Tech for a Sustainable Century. So everyone, please welcome our speakers.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bati. Buenas tardes a todos. So it's a session about Spanish innovation. So we have several brilliant startups and also in the end, VC from Spain who will make their pitches here. So please tune in. They have very interesting solutions. So without further ado, so we will have three presenters. Fernando Tadakuma, he's a co-founder and CDO for Woza Labs. And Sophia Clark, Chief of Staff of MOA Foodtech. And also Stan Yu, who is a Head of Asia Pacific for Cardamom Capital, a VC from Spain. All right, so I would like to welcome Fernando Tadakuma.
No? Now it's fantastic. どうも。皆さん、こんにちは。こんにちは。時間をいただき、どうもありがとうございます。I'm Fernando Takuma, co-founder and CDO of Woza Labs, which is a young startup based in Bilbao, at the heart of the Basque Country, which is at the northeast of Spain. And today, I'd like to talk about something that should matter to most organizations in this exhibition, which is how can we protect the physical systems that our society depends on. In particular, how can we do it when climate doesn't behave as it used to? Now, we are here today in Japan, so you know this better than anyone. There are even words that are based on Japanese names, like typhoon. So the question is, climate right now is the single biggest factor that's driving risk for physical assets. And the question is not whether a problem will occur, but when and where, and what can we do to avoid it? So to answer these questions, we've created Predicterra. In simple terms, it is a verticalized climate risk for physical assets. So what it does, it turns climate uncertainty into foresight for your companies. In particular, three kinds of foresights. Now, this platform is made up by sorry about that. It's made from using lots of remote sensing information like satellite images, sensor data from IoTs, drone flights. We process all of that through our AI models and produce different types of insights. So this is how the platform looks. This is a granular view of a single asset. We can talk more about it after this presentation. But the three kinds of foresight we offer to you, and basically the three types of business value we offer, is the first one, a short-term view of 14 days ahead, where you can predict how these climatic factors will affect your assets, so you can be ready. And you can, for example, if you're an energy distribution company, your operations teams can be ready before a storm hits. So that means you can prevent a large outage, which means less hours of your clients in the dark. Also, protecting these assets means you protect your revenue, your brand image, and in the case of Spain, you prevent yourself from paying a penalty. The second one is something that we've learned from working with our clients. So 5% of their total assets usually represent 90% of the risk related to climate. Now, the interesting thing is that our platform lets you see which 5%. So you can focus your attention and your resources only on the assets that actually have some risk. Also, this is very nice information. If you have to pay for an insurance, you will be pretty happy to pay a premium if you know that that place will have lots of problems. The third one is a look into the future. We can simulate how these climatic factors will evolve in the next 30 to 50 years. So if you're planning to build, for example, a new high-tension power line or a new power plant or a new building, you can avoid doing it in a place that will actually be hit by different problems. So this is the view of the long-term analysis. I won't get into detail, but basically in the left it says there's the different scenarios based on the amount of carbon that will be released into the atmosphere in the following years. And according to that, we can simulate how the climatic factors will evolve and how they will affect your assets. Also here you can see all the power and high tension and mid tension power lines in Japan, or at least in the area of Tokyo Bay. We can discuss this after the presentation. Now, I'm a bit over my time, I think. So really fast, we can map hundreds of millions of assets. For example, one of the largest energy companies in distribution companies in Spain has already over 500,000 of their assets on our platform. We also offer base risk indexes for flood and wildfires. And you don't need data from anyone else. We can provide that as is. We use our own predictive engines. We present all this information through a really nice UI, and it is also already plug and play. We have APIs, so if you have your own platform, you can plug our features into yours. Now, our biggest client and also the success we had up to now was working with Iberdrola, which is the largest energy generator and distributor in Spain. They wanted to understand how climatic factors would affect their new high-tension power lines in the next 30 years. We are also working with other energy distribution companies, and we're starting to get interest from local governments and also insurance companies. And I'd like to close this by leaving you with a thought. Your infrastructure doesn't have to be blind. Predicterra can turn risk into foresight, and we together can turn foresight into resilience. Thank you very much. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you, Fernando. Could you please stay a bit? I would like to ask from the audience, do you have any questions? So we can take one or two questions. Anyone? Yes.
Thank you for this super interesting presentation. I mean, this is just, your product is made for Japan, I think.
I hope so.
Do you already have concrete leads or in Japan or?
In Japan, this is our first time here. Okay. We're just checking the market. We will be really interested to find partnerships and clients here. We've met a few through CIC, not clients, but possible clients, and the talks have been quite interesting. Some are really willing to form a partnership and explore solutions like this with startups, and we plan to go ahead with that.
Thank you very much. Super interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any questions, you can always talk to Fernando after the session. So, Fernando, thank you very much. Fernando from Woza Labs. So next, I would like to introduce Sofia from MOA Foodtech. Please, your stage is yours.
Hello, everyone. Today, the food industry is facing a misalignment. On the one hand, millions of tons of agri-food byproducts are being underutilized every year. They are either sold at very low value or even discarded. On the other hand, food companies are actually looking for new ingredients that improve functionality, nutrition, and meet the growing demand in sustainability demands. We have created MOA as a platform that can connect these two problematics and solve this issue. We have developed a platform that combines biotechnology and artificial intelligence to transform low-value agri-food side streams into high-value functional ingredients through fermentation. We started the company by producing ingredients for the food industry, but now we're also exploring pet food and nutraceutical space. Albatros is our proprietary AI platform that combines over 200 byproducts and 300 microorganisms, and it can predict which is the best combination and the most optimal fermentation process. When we started MOA, we could do one bioprocess every 2 weeks, and now we can do up to 300 simulations per hour. And when we test those results in the lab, we achieve over 90% accuracy. This allows us to do a faster, cheaper, and lower risk ingredient development. Thanks to our platform, we have developed our own portfolio of ingredients that we're already selling to the industry. We have developed Startbox together with Buehler and Novonesis, 2 industry worldwide leaders, to valorize starch-rich byproducts. And we have also custom co-developments to valorize other type of byproducts. We are already selling 2 ingredients in the market. They are both inactive yeasts. MOA yeast is a functional enhancer that improves taste, functionality, and nutrition. And MOA Q5 is an emulsifier that acts as an egg replacer. Our ingredients are not novel food, non-GMO, and they are approved as inactive yeast in Japan. We have tested applications in bakery, soups, creams, meat alternatives, and also in the pet food industry. We have 2 ways to collaborate with companies. On the one hand, we do direct B2B ingredient sales of our own portfolio of ingredients, and on the other, we do co-development projects where we apply a licensing model to when we transfer our technology to the client. So why partners want to work with us? First of all, we give them access to a growing functional ingredient market, and besides, we give solutions that are price stable, because, for example, our egg replacer suffers from price volatility, so our solution doesn't. We have fermentation expertise, because we don't only validate our solutions in the lab, but we have already scaled them at industrial levels, and we work with industrial partners. Our AI allows us to produce ingredients in a faster and cheaper way, and as there are no regulatory barriers, our ingredients are ready for the market. We think the market opportunity is huge. There is a rising demand for fermented ingredients that will grow exponentially in the coming years, and the market size in Japan of the nutraceuticals and functional ingredients is valued at 30 billion with a 7% expected annual growth rate. We are a company based in the north of Spain, and our team has experts in AI, food science, fermentation, manufacturing, and sales. We are backed by the European Innovation Council, and we have investors from Europe and the United States. We are already working with industry leaders such as Barilla in Italy, and we are now looking to expand into Japan. So if you have any side streams you want to valorize, please contact us and join us in shaping the future of ingredients. Thank you.
Thank you, Sofia. So again, if anyone from the audience has any questions to Sofia now, if not, after the session, you can always talk to Sofia and direct your questions. So thank you, Sofia. Sofia from MOA Foodtech. Now, the last but not the least, I would like to introduce Stan Yu from Cardamom Capital. Please, Stan. There
you go. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Stan. I'm from Taiwan, and we are Cardamom Capital. Today, we have 3 offices around the world. One in Spain, which is the headquarters, and one in Israel, and one in Taipei. And which mission is to serve our Asian partners. And I lead Cardamon's Taipei office, and my pleasure to meet all of you here. So who we are deep tech expert. We invest in deep tech, B2B companies, both in software and hardwares, from Europe, US, and Israel. And by deep tech, I mean it can be AI compute, robotics, defense, dual use, cybersecurity, and space tech. And we usually do early stage from pre-seed to A. And why it matters, as we have offices in the East and offices in the West. We want to be the gateway for our Asian partners to the ecosystem we have, which are European ecosystem and Israeli ecosystem. And our team has 15 years of experience investing in deep tech. So here's a quick roadmap of our journey. So our GP starting from Samsung Venture, and in 2019, he founded Cardamom Capital. We launched the Fund 1, Deep Tech Fund 1, with around 60 million euro fund size, which was the largest pre-seed fund in Spain at that time. In 2022, we launched Deep Tech 2 with over 100 million. And we also have an opportunity fund investing in a winner of Fund 1. And in 2024, which is not presented in the slide, we also launched an Agri-Foodtech fund and a fund program. And this year, we are launching an European deep tech fund. The fund size will be approximately 200 million euro. And to date, we have like 42 portfolio companies, and with around 350 million in our AUM, I would say by in 2 months, we'll reach $500 million very quick. And our fund's DPI this year has reached the top quartile levels globally, outperforming the leading VCs in the US. And our team has very strong track record of exit. So we have companies acquired, our GP has companies acquired by large tycoons like Apple, Google, AMD, and Samsung. And most recently, we sold a company called Ilumax to NVIDIA. So we were the first investor in Ilumax in 2021, and we supported the company leading the routes throughout the whole journey to exit. And we have extensive network of cooperation and strategic investors, and over a quarter of our LP base are corporates. I would say corporates who are not only seeking for financial returns, but also strategic values. I would say thanks to our founder, Gonzalo's expertise from Samsung Venture. So we are the VC that best understand large corporate, their needs, priorities, and concerns. And this is our team, very quick. The left side below are our founders, Gonzalo and Igor. So I would like to especially highlight Gonzalo. He's not here today, but he'll be here in June in Japan. Before Cardamom Capital, he was in Samsung's chairman office and set up the Samsung Venture in Israel for the Samsung chairman. And thanks to his expertise, I would say we understand large corporations' needs and Asian culture very well. And Igor has a PE and IB background. He's IESE, ESA, a business school in Spain, alumni. And at the bottom below, that's me, Stan Yu. I'm also ESA alumni. Before joining Cardamom, I was an entrepreneur. My company went public on NASDAQ in 2022, and I joined Cardamom in 2023. So my mission at Cardamom is to build a company's presence in Asia Pacific and to serve our Asian partners. And so I'm here for you to be the gateway to the ecosystem we have, European and Israeli tech. Thank you.
Thank you, Stan. Does anyone in the audience have any questions for Stan, for Cardamom Capital? Well, you can always address your questions after the session. So
thank you.
Thank you, Stan. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, this way, sorry. So thank you very much for coming and listening to our speech, our presentation. So it was hosted by us with CIC and Embassy of Spain. And if you have any questions to the startups and VC, please talk to them after the session. Or else, you can always contact them directly. So it was Woza Labs, MOA Foodtech, and Cardamom Capital. And also, you can contact us at CIC if you have any questions about this delegation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the session. And thank you so much, all the speakers. Well.